Sorry for not submitting a video in the last month. I felt really bad. Like I had my ups and downs. For every time I felt really good enough to record and edit a video, I had something happen in a week that made me feel bad. But well, this weekend I felt not extremely good, but I felt good enough to record this video. So let's start with the video right now. Hello, my little Babakins. As you know from the intro, I'm going to tell you like all my life as an LGBT person, and you see in in the video the background for say something a speed paint I made um, for 6 months with my boyfriend. Um, so he really likes Star Wars. He really likes it. So I made it for him. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about how I feel being an LGBT person, how I came out as an LGBT person. This video may be a little bit longer than usual. It all started when I was no. Um, when I was little, when I was a little child, I didn't felt I didn't feel like the other girls. Like as some of you know, I'm trans and also pansexual. I'm going to explain in a minute. But when I was little, I felt like really off being and having friends that are girls. This was when I was in preschool, like in kindergarten, basically, and in first grades of elementary school. So I had a best friend, and and he was my best friend like for all when I was in that school, from the first grade of the elementary school to fourth grade. Like he was my best friend, and I was with him, and we played football soccer, which is a very popular sport in Mexico. So I have friends that were girls, but they were not really my friends. I talked to them occasionally, but they weren't as close as my friend. So never felt like the other girls, but I kind of knew that I wasn't a boy. Like I didn't know. I just felt off and really didn't feel like I excluded myself from friend groups. Friend groups. So I changed. I moved from my old house to a new house for external factors and stuff. But when I entered my new school, it wasn't that far. It was in the same city, but just the neighborhood, to say something. Um, so when I enter my new school, like it's another story for another day. It doesn't really have to do with my coming out, but I didn't really have any friends. I didn't have friends. I when I was with my friend from the elementary school, I kind of forced myself. Like I was a little kid, but I knew that feeling like a boy, feeling boyish. Like I felt boyish. Like I did stuff that I know those are stereotypes. It's hard to explain, but when I was a kid, I liked a lot video games, and football, soccer. I would play with my friends that were boys. They were all boys, and they will accept me into their groups. I don't handle pain very well, so when I got hit with a soccer ball on my hip, I just kind of I don't know. I didn't really like it, but I personally don't deal with pain very well. But but I don't like I know those are stereotypes that boys like sports and girls like playing with dolls and some. But I was a kid and I grew somehow with those stereotypes. Even with with my parents, don't never taught me that. But I don't know. Like I felt very masculine for saying something, and I don't know why I felt it was wrong. I felt like this feeling of feeling this feeling masculine and playing video games and doing boys stuff boys do and that kind of stuff. Like I somehow I don't know why I felt it was wrong. Like truly, like I never told my parents. My parents never told me anything about that. But I just I don't know. It felt off. Like I wasn't having any friends, and I forced myself into wearing pink stuff and wearing dresses and wearing skirts and wearing all pink and playing with Barbies and doing girly stuff, but I was forcing myself into it. So I entered middle school and then entered high school. When I was in high school, I started having friends and stuff and didn't force myself at all, but came to like cute cutesy dresses, kawaii stuff, cute, everything cute and pretty, and started using dresses and started liking a lot Lolita fashion, which is like fashion based in Victorian fashion. I don't know how to explain that. You can Google it. Lolita fashion. So I didn't force myself. I really liked it, but then I started feeling more comfortable. Like I made like that was my first came into the fur fandom, and the fur fandom really helped myself like realizing who I really was. I made my first persona, which was a wolf dog. Her name was Vanilla, and she was very simple design. I didn't draw very well. I think you can find those drawings on my old DeviantArt account. But yeah, that when I made my that persona, I dressed her up as a Lolita. I put her some hair and like it was a representation of me, and that came into a great play of realizing who I was, um, and started doing that, and then I found like I don't know how it came that I started experimenting with the looks of my persona, what felt better, like I don't know how to explain, like uh, what I like saying my persona was a representation of me, what I felt more comfortable my persona looking like. So I started playing with that and came to the conclusion that an androgynous female was what I wanted to look like, and it felt right for a while. and and for some reason, like still experimented, changed her clothes, changed even my form of wearing clothes, before because it felt more comfortable to me. Like some stuff felt more comfortable, like wearing shorts. Like to this day I still wear shorts. I don't like pants, don't like jeans. I just like shorts. That I started feeling again masculine or feminine, I don't know. And I was around the time I was doubting what gender I am. Really, am I female? Am I a female? Was I a male? Was I something else? Was there something that I didn't know that existed? There was a time, and I came out like I not came out that I started looking for gender information and came to the all the trans stuff, transgender, transsexual, other genders that non-binary, came to the conclusion I was gender fluid. That sometimes I felt male, sometimes I felt female, sometimes I felt genderless, and it felt right. It felt like it was a label to say something that felt good for a while, and then to simplify things, I just said, "Hey, I am a gender because I don't identify as male, as either male or female, and I don't really identify as a gender." Like it was free for a little while, and I don't know what happened, but I started again identifying. I realized that it didn't feel me completely. So back then, like I started like same with my persona. That's why my persona means so much to me. That's why I still have Bunny, like my old persona. I still have him on my house, and he's never never portrayed because I love him so dearly because he means a lot to me. And I started giving him another look as a gay male, and I started identifying each day more and more as a male, even if I'm pretty feminine. But yeah, so that helped me a lot. That's when I came to the conclusion, hey, I was I'm a trans man, a non-binary trans man. And what I mean by non-binary is I don't meet the expectations, not gender roles or stereotypes, but I don't meet the expectations people have for a man, or I don't meet my personal view of what I see as gender, or a person who is like a binary man is. And to get it short, basically I'm a trans man who is feminine. Like if you don't accept non-binary genders, okay to me, like just I'm a trans man who is feminine, and that's it. And how I came out to my family, it's another story with not so long. When I came out to my parents as a trans man, like I came as a gender fluid person, but the important one to not make this video longer than it is. Well, I told them I was trans man, I was trans boy, and they didn't really accept that. Like they didn't try to change. They still love me, like, and it took them quite a bit. Like it was like 3 years ago, and it took them a bit to accept that I was trans. They didn't know why I was identifying as a male if I like boys, why I was a trans man if I still like boys. Like they have they like my dad is a baby boomer and my mom is from the generation X, like the next generation to the baby boomers, and so they have really old values and stuff. So it took them quite a bit to understand why I wasn't there. Well, they still don't understand why, but they ended up accepting that. They still refer to me and misgender me. They refer to me as daughter and as she and that stuff because it's hard for them. It's hard as a parent to accept that your baby girl or your baby boy is no longer a girl or boy. I understand that, and I accept that it's fine for me. And if their acceptance, it's coming to the point where sometimes my dad buys me clothes alike that are a bit feminine, but like he buys me some shirts that are for men, for men. So I understand that he accepts me as kind of like not totally his son, but he accepts me as the way I am. And same for my friends and my other family. I'm not really out to them or my boyfriend's parents because I don't have the I don't have the confidence or the trust to come out. I don't know how they will react or something, so I prefer to not come out to them. Like I have like in my Facebook, I have my flag, my trans flag, and I'm pretty open about it. And my aunt and my family can see it, and they still try to not acknowledge that, but that's their problem. I don't really care. But yeah, that's my coming out story. And my friends, well, I really accepting like every my friends are more my age, so they really accept me as I am. They sometimes misgender me, but that's an error everyone can have, and don't really mind it, because everyone commits an error, and if you're not, they don't do it on purpose. They don't do it to offend me. They do it because sometimes it's not obvious. Obvious. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sometimes and still, and um, my boyfriend accepts me completely as I am. He knows like someday I'll take hormones, or he knows like everything about this, and he accepts me. Um, and yes, he's straight. He's straight, and that's the conclusion I came out in this Pride Month. That basically love is love. You never know what loves look like. You never know if like everyone is different, and you need to be accepting even if you don't agree with all the diversity around genders, on sexualities, on everything else, races, ideologies, everything that involves like diversity, not just sexual diversity, but you need to acknowledge and respect that everyone is different, and everyone, even if you are Catholic and your friend is also Catholic, you have your differences. Not a single person is the same as another person. There are not two persons that are the same. So we need to be more accepting of this diversity, and we need to be more accepting of people with different ideas and ideologies, and be open-minded. And open-minded doesn't mean being progressive or being from the left. It doesn't mean that being open-minded means, at least it means to me, that you are open to other ideas even if they disagree with them. Like, I disagree with, I don't know, with a person that doesn't like yellow, but I respect that they do not like yellow, and I see where it comes. I try to understand the point of view, and that's what I come from Pride Month. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all enjoyed Pride Month. The other conclusion I came out this Pride Month is I'll never hide again. I never be ashamed of who I am, all my journey, all my experience, and not only as an LGBT person, but as an individual. Like, I'll never be ashamed of who I am. I'm always proud of who I am. Maybe I'm not so proud of stuff I do, but I'm proud of where I come from. Like being an artist, an illustrator, everything else. So that's that's what I mean. Like, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. Next video I bring you something more related. I have a surprise, kinda surprise. Like, I bought some special pigment that I never used First of all, I never used a pigment before, so will be my first time using that. So it's next week. I'm going to receive the package. So I won't tell much. It's just that it's a really pretty color, and I'm excited to know what it looks like. And thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next video. Bye, my dudes, and thank you for 66 watchers. Like, last time I checked, it was 66, I'm pretty sure. And thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video.